Welcome to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast. Use the power of discovering new habits to create success in all areas of life. Body, fitness and nutrition, being, spirituality, passion and purpose, balance, marriage, kids and relationships, business, marketing, sales, leadership and systems. Transform your life by learning how habits work. And now your host, a husband, father, entrepreneur, trainer, coach, and warrior, Jesse Ewell.
Welcome back to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Jesse Ewell, and today we're going to be talking about the habit of joy. How do you actually cultivate this habit of joy? This is what we're going to be talking about today. And as we get into this, I want you to really think about, what do you experience every single day in your life? Are you experiencing joy? Are you experiencing, maybe anger or frustration, happiness, whatever it is? What is the common habit or common feeling you have all throughout the day? Maybe it's lack, worry, doubt. But whatever it is, we're going to walk through how to actually begin to shift that into a habit of joy every single day. Now think about this. Every single day, we make thousands of small decisions. Most often, the first decision that you make every single day is, do I shut off my alarm? Do I get out of bed? Do I brush my teeth? Do I get dressed? Do I make myself some coffee? Do I drive the same way to work? Then there's some of these other decisions that we make. Should I get out of bed? Should I work out? Should I eat breakfast? Should I take a shower? Should I go to work? Should I check my social media? Should I respond to my spouse? Should I take my kids to school? Think about this. These are not even half the decisions that we make every single morning, every single day. Now imagine every single day we make these decisions. The only way that these decisions become simpler and become easier to make is to make them a habit. Now, these are just things that happen in the first part of our day. These aren't including things that we come up with, in the evening, on the way home, throughout our day. But whatever it is, once they are a habit, they almost seem like those decisions are no longer decisions and they're on autopilot. And once you've developed this habit, you're no longer stressing about the decision that you have to make every single day to get out of bed. A lot of times that decision is automatic. Well, I have to get out of bed to go to work. And instead of walking through that process, or instead of walking through that stressful decision, it's no longer really a stressful decision. It's just something that, hey, I just do this because that's the thing that I've made a habit of. Now, think about this for a minute. Your habits don't just change your life. They become your lifestyle. That means once you've ingrained a habit, it becomes a part of your lifestyle, a part of your identity, and a part of your belief. You see, no matter if you like the habit that you're currently in, whether it was, maybe feeling this worry, lack, blame, shame, victim habit, or even this joyful happiness, grateful habit, whatever side you're on, once this becomes a habit, it becomes part of your lifestyle, your identity. Everything is wrapped into the identity and belief that you are. And so if you believe you have lack, that becomes your lifestyle. If you believe you have to worry, that becomes your lifestyle. Everything becomes something to worry. If you believe you have to control life in your experience, then everything in your life becomes control. Everything becomes magnified of the habit that is part of your lifestyle. And the same as with joy, if joy is part of your identity and part of your beliefs, then your lifestyle becomes a lot of joy. If your habit is happiness, your lifestyle becomes happiness, happy, and all these other things. And so it's just a mere reflection of our habits. Our life is a mirror reflection of the habits in our lifestyle. That's why when we go to change a habit, we actually have to begin to change our identity and beliefs inside of those habits, the identity of who I've been to who I want to become. This is one of the most fundamental things that you have to think about when you begin to change any habit. Now, think about the person who wants to get fit, start working out, and all these things. The identity of them being overweight, big boned, I just like food, I just like to eat, maybe being, the person who's the giver in the relationship or the taker in the relationship, or being the person who has believed in a certain thing for so long, or even the person, the identity of, hey, I've just always been this way. You ever hear people say, I've just always been this way? Well, you've always been that way because that is the identity that you have trapped yourself in. And if you've trapped yourself in this identity of being overweight, big boned, all these things, then that becomes who you are. That becomes your identity. And yes, it is hard to change out of that. The other thing you have to deal with is the belief of being a certain way, the belief of being big boned, the belief of being overweight, the belief of being maybe frustrated, angry, a victim, reactive, moody, uptight. Those are the beliefs that you've believed yourself to be, and that's who you've been. So in order to change that, we have to change your belief about yourself. We have to begin to change not what's on the inside or outside. Yes, we could, change the look of your, hair. We could change the look of your body. But at the same time, if your identity and belief about yourself hasn't changed, it's just a temporary habit. And I think when a lot of people look at the habits that they are doing, they think of, man, I got to do this. If I just work out, it changes me. And it begins to change the identity of who you are and who you've been. It begins to change the belief of who you've been. Because for a long time, maybe you've believed that you've been big boned, and that's what's held you back. Maybe for a long time, everybody else in your family's been overweight, and you've believed that other people are different from you. You've believed that losing weight was actually harder than it is, or maybe it's my metabolism or my thyroid. But I want you to know something. Any of these habits that you have created, whether they are, feelings, emotions, or actual real physical habits, and mind you, these, feeling habits are also things that we can create as a habit, but you can change any of those because you created the habits in your life, good, bad, positive, or negative. You have literally created these habits in your life. You've created the habit of being overweight. The longer that you stay in this place, you actually created a habit of that. You've created the habit of being big boned. You've created the habit of being angry. You've created the habit of being quiet. You've created the habit of being loud. You've created the habit of blame, of being a victim, or you've created the habit of being abundant. So if you created them and you truly believe that, then you can create something different. You see, you have the opportunity, we have the opportunity every single day to decide our change. We have that ability every single day. And once that change has been repeated enough time, it becomes a habit. A habit is nothing more than us being on autopilot. It's no longer something we have to stress about. It's no longer something we have to think about. It's just something that is ingrained in us. So choosing joy takes no more effort or energy than choosing anger or frustration. One just seems easier based off who I've been being, my identity and beliefs. And if you listen to other people, it's easy to turn into what people will tell you. You see, people will tell you, you're quiet, you're too loud, you're big boned. They'll tell you these things, and you can choose to believe them, or you can choose something different. If you choose to believe them, then they can simply become the author of your reality. They are choosing the change for you. Now, I get it. Sometimes people say things that actually do serve us, or they tell us the truth, and we may not like it. But the point is listen to other people's feedback, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's who you are or who you're being. It could just mean it's a reflection of them. So when you listen to other people, make sure it's someone that you actually trust. But whatever you choose, you bring more of that into your life. And if you bring more of that into your life long enough, it becomes a part of your lifestyle. Choosing joy brings more joy and happiness to your life. Choosing anger, blame, shame brings more of that into your life. Either way, you are choosing it. You are creating one or the other. So I want to give you a practical way that you can begin to experience and make joy a habit. By the way, this is something that I am working on. So many times when I do these podcasts, these are things that come up for me, and it's like, man, I really need to focus on making a habit of joy. And so walking you through this is exactly the steps that I walk myself through. They're not something I just made up. They're things that I'm actually working through and walking myself through every single day, every single week. But what is a practical way that you can begin to make joy a habit? Number one is find one thing you do daily to bring joy to yourself. And I'm not saying, all day. I'm saying maybe for a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe it's just sitting quietly, giving yourself a compliment, writing down some joyful thoughts or some things or memories you have that have brought you joy. Number two, find one way to bring joy to someone else every single day. Compliment them. Tell someone else you like their, shirt, their shoes, their smile, the way that they carry themselves. You like something about them, whatever that is. Number three, move around. Create the energy of joy, smile, dance. The one thing I know is this: if we stay stagnant, our energy also stays stagnant. Joy is an expression of, a greater energy. And so we have to actually move around to experience that. Step four, if you feel some negativity or maybe some old feelings, maybe it's lack, blame, shame, whatever that is, it's really easy just to drop down, do 5 to 10 push-ups. And when you get up, just hold a smile for 5 to 10 seconds. And although you may feel weird doing this, I can tell you this, that just doing 5 to 10 push-ups gives you a major shift. Forcing yourself to smile will actually train you to do this and to keep a smile longer. But I want you guys to try one of these or all of them. Literally all of them take less than 5 minutes to do every single day. You can do them all at the same time, or you can do them spread out through the day, but they can add so much joy and happiness to your life. I want to thank you guys for listening. If you are looking to connect further with a group of like-minded people, join myself and so many others in the Habit-Based Lifestyle Secrets group on Facebook, where I'll be dropping daily habits to help you live to your full potential. You want to be one of our next case studies and begin living this habit-based lifestyle, reach out to me. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, Jesse@habitbasedlifestyle.com. Until next episode, have a great day.